Hello, so this is a follow-up to episode 3. Episode 4, we're not running them obviously concurrently. It's been a wee while since the last one and I'm looking to get more consistent, but it's been a wee while since the last one. But this is a little bit of an update on what we've been up to and kind of why it's not been moving. So what we are doing, or what we've been up to since the last episode, we were talking about an ad that we done with a local jeweller that's now edited, finished and been uploaded. We have done a content day with a renewable company, which I think was also mentioned. Well, that's now been edited and sent over. We have done an ad which PA'd on, which I've mentioned, on the old course with Nick Faldo and Kyle Berkshire, which was a lot of fun. It was an early morning shoot in St Andrews and part of our production which I've never really been a part of before. Lastly, we've done a campaign with the local leisure centre, Fife Sports and Leisure Trust, and that has been a volunteer campaign. So they have exponentially increased how many volunteers they've got, and they're looking to go higher, and they're looking to make that a real aspect that they're able to provide the community. So we've done a series of videos with their volunteers to show the support and what they get from volunteering. So that's been a lot of fun, really insightful in what people are doing and how their volunteering is actually affecting the customer base. No one knew this about me. I used to be a lifeguard for like 7 years when I was a teenager up till a couple of years ago. So one, that's kind of how I got my in with them, and two, I don't know, I suppose I'm bought into what they're doing a little bit more than, or I'm bought into what they're doing more personally than other things, just because the customer base that you're talking about is the customers that I have spoke to for years and I've got to know. So it's been pretty cool to see how the volunteers have impacted customer experience and everything like that. So that was pretty cool, that was pretty nice. I wanted to talk a little bit about my goals for June. The goals I've got for June are 3 posts on socials per week, which is going to be, I'm mostly focusing on Instagram and Facebook, but the content's been made for Instagram and Facebook, but they'll obviously get uploaded elsewhere. And what I'm trying to do is catch up on YouTube Shorts with all the reels and everything I've made previously. So I'm looking to put more of an effort into Instagram, Facebook by proxy, because they just Instagram, YouTube and LinkedIn, with the reason being I'd like to make more videos like this on YouTube, because I suppose I just grew up in the generation of people who made YouTube videos. So I like that, I like the long form, I like the format. So we're going to start making more videos like this. The goal is to post twice a week on YouTube, Monday and Friday. And then we're going to be posting shorts when we post them 3 days a week, 3 or once every other day. The goal on LinkedIn is to post more, because I think that's the best business to business platform that I could do. The best business to business platform that I could be on, to reach out to people and have a portfolio essentially on the page. I'm also looking to have 8 filming days this month. So to break that down, we have got 6 booked in. So what I'm wanting to do now is to get 2 extras for a company, or I've got a shoot coming up with a car garage, so that's 1 technically, but I want 2 out with this current moment. I want to book 2 more. I also would like to dip the toe in to engagement photography. So with that being a potential stepping stone to wedding photography, I'm wanting to test it out and see if that's something that, one, I'm good enough at the start where I can kind of confidently sell. I'm not saying brilliant, I'm just saying that I'm not dog shit. I want to be decent enough that I don't feel like I'm scamming people. So I'm going to do a few shoots for little to nothing to kind of get a feel if I've got a style essentially. That kind of all comes off of the fact that I've got engaged a few weeks ago and we're looking at wedding photographers, and the people with the style is who you want to go for. So I think I've got a creative outlook, so I think there could be something I could do. So, but you never know until you try. So I'm going to try and see how that goes. So that's my goal is 2 engagement shoots this month booked, and we'll see how that moves. I don't think I mentioned it, I don't think I posted it anywhere, but the goal at the start of the year for me was to become better at editing. I am a bit stubborn in the way I don't want to move into the AI transitions just yet. They've got a purpose and they look good when they're done. It's just not something I'm necessarily, that I would never go into After Effects and make transitions like that. I like the kind of in camera or like overlays but it'll probably be something I look into at some point if the content needs it. The thing is, the content that I'm filming doesn't necessarily need AI transitions. It would just be, in my opinion, unnecessary. But yes, the goal was to get better editing. The goal is still to get better editing. Even though these videos are very raw and uncut, but yes, that's it for the goals pretty much, and that's it for the like filmmaking videography part of the video. And I just want, as of last video, this is going to get cut off. This is obviously going to stop in the next, hopefully, 3 days, because I want to talk about the Knicks, and the Knicks have played incredible. And by that I mean they played incredible in the second half. The first half was, there was a head loss. Like, I was sitting watching it, and I've been staying up late. This is the one benefit of being self-employed, is I've been staying up late to watch them. And last night, or the night before, I think it was the night before, was a defeating first half. But I don't know. It sounds great in hindsight, but I could go to bed whenever. I could not get out the fact that I thought the Knicks were going to bring it back. The way they were playing, there was so much room for improvement. Some of the players aren't turning up, which isn't fine. But the players that aren't turning up, you don't expect them to. So like Shamet and McBride, they've done their job leading up to the finals. Shamet obviously played great in the conference finals. Deuce McBride is a good player. He played well against Philly, whatever. Mikal Bridges has played well up to the finals, up till game 3 essentially. Or he's played well in game 2, and that was what got, you know what I mean, he got us to a chance to win game 2. But OG and Jalen Brunson are what is bringing you to the holy land, the promised land. Without those two, the game isn't there. Without Jalen Brunson, who do you go to in the fourth? The man's handling all the pressure that they're throwing at him, and he's still managing to kind of come out of it better than most guards would. I will say the addition of Alvarado in the final minutes, even with 5 fouls, was a great decision, because one, he could release the pressure on the ball, and also he just seems to make the right pass. He's scrappy enough that he just like knuckles down and plays really, really well. And I don't think and the fact that he's not playing a lot of minutes means he's not gassed in the final 10, and I think that's really important. I think that's something that the Knicks are hopefully going to use again, but not use too much with the Spurs catch on, because Alvarado's also a great point guard off the bench. Like, if he's not playing with the starters, I would like to see Clarkson play better. He didn't play as good in game 4 as he did in game 3. He gave some really good minutes in game 3. He kind of had a bit sloppy turnovers in my opinion in game 4, but he could still play well. And I mean, is it Huck Porty, the third string centre? I thought even he played like a good third string centre. I didn't expect him to play great, but I think he gave some good minutes when you needed it. Mitch obviously played okay. In the second half he played better, and then Sohan coming in was a surprise. But the fact that they were able to play all these players and still stay relevant to the point where they could do this was impressive. I was disappointed in the first quarter. Obviously, Cat getting in foul trouble is rough, but it's going to happen. That's just what's going on in this series. They're hunting Cat in the first quarter, because as soon as you do that, the offense is stagnated. But if he comes out in game 5 the way he came out in game 4, obviously he doesn't foul, but he was aggressive. That's exactly what they needed. He could have, if he stayed in the game without foul trouble, there wouldn't have been a 76-point quarter. I don't believe it, because it would have been much more tit for tat, and he would have had Wembanyama playing more. And I think that was, from what I've seen, the exhaustion really played a part in the fourth quarter for Wembanyama. So yeah, I'm just enjoying watching it. Like, seeing Jalen Brunson have an efficient 36-point game for him, and seeing him just kind of take over and be he doesn't seem to you can't hold pressure, so the pressure's not real, I suppose. That seems to be how he goes about it. I was disappointed that Josh Hart obviously had 2 mistakes at the end, but I'm glad it didn't affect it because Josh Hart's a great player. He's the glue guy of the Knicks, so if he's got his head down, it's going to affect it later on. And I think the whole team, man, the whole team is just like, they are a team of winners, like a team of resilient players. And seeing the fact that they've all been traded or signed and they've all been somewhat overlooked has been such a nice narrative, I think, for the finals. You've got the young team, which is the Spurs, and I do believe they'll be back. If they're back in the next season, it wouldn't surprise me, but I think Wemby losing is not the worst thing, because Wemby, I think, is going to be one of those players that just play and play and play until he's the best player he can be. I don't think he'll take an off-season off, per se. So I think having someone like him lose and give him a fire is only going to benefit the league in the future, because he's just going to become unbelievable. I do think if Wemby wants to win the finals, which I don't think is possible anymore, but I think if he wants to give them the best chance, he needs to start playing like Shaq. Start playing more like Shaq and less like KD. The more he's under the basket, the more he's round that bit, they're going to foul him. The Knicks cannot guard him without fouling him. But the Knicks just need to keep using OG and Jalen Brunson. If they use OG, Jalen Brunson, Cat has 20 or 18 and 5 assists, and McCall even has 15 points, you can't beat the team, because Jalen and OG are going to get you 30. And then the rest of them, if they just come up, you're fine. You know what I mean? And I'd like to see Shamet play a little bit better, but he's obviously getting a lot of attention when Josh Hart's off. Like, they know that he can shoot, so he gets the attention. I'd like to see Dylan Harper play more. I think Dylan Harper has been an absolute stellar player this finals. And the fact that he seems to handle pressure and just be able to finish around the basket unbelievably, unless it's OG. NBA finals, great, great, great. The World Cup's starting, so if Scotland come out of the group stage, I'm going to be very happy with that too. But yeah, that's what I've been up to, and that's the thoughts on the NBA finals anyway. So hopefully the next video, which will be Monday coming, will be a celebration that the Knicks have won. But I did see that the Knicks have bought 48% tickets, so it's essentially a home game again. So I'll check in with you on Monday, and hopefully the Knicks have won, and then hopefully Scotland have won as well. So it could be an all in all a good game. It could be all in all a good weekend. So I will catch you on Monday.